It's senior night in Terre Haute, Indiana, as State Farm Insurance proudly presents our Missouri Valley Conference Game of the Week. Tonight, the Southern Illinois Salukis in an important game on the road to take on the Sycamores of Indiana State at the Holman Center here in Terre Haute. Hi, everyone. I'm Mitch Holtis, and welcome to a Saturday night in the Valley. This game is huge for Southern Illinois. First of all, Creighton won earlier today over Bradley. To keep pace in the race, UC Southern is a game and a half back of Creighton. If they lose tonight, Creighton is the champion in the regular season. And also, Southern Illinois with an RPI of 55, trying to play its way into the NCAA tournament, Scott Highmark.
Well, certainly there's no lack of incentives in this ball game here tonight. You've got a conference championship and a possible at-large NCAA tournament bid. But in order to do that, you've got to take care of business here tonight.
For Southern Illinois, Kent Williams hit some huge shots Wednesday night.
Well, he scored 10 of his 12 points in the last 2 minutes of that ball game to bring the Salukis back and win a huge game against Creighton. You see the 4-point play to draw his team within one. You're talking about one of the best pure shooters in the country, and what makes him so tough is his ability to put it on the floor, create shots for himself and his teammates, and obviously we know he can knock down the long one. One of the toughest stops in the Valley. Now for Indiana State, their big gun is Jabril Conte, who's absolutely a lock for this Sycamore ball club. Strong, physical athlete, runs the floor, blocks shots, and he pounds the glass as well as anybody that you'll see in this league. They better put a body on him here tonight.
Scott, one of the seniors playing his final home game tonight. Another one is Keelan Block, one of the toughest players ever to play in the Missouri Valley Conference. He has fought knee problems this year, but he's legendary for his heroism last year in the NCAA win over Oklahoma.
I'm the State Farm agent here in Montpelier. For a one-stoplight town, we do get our share of accidents. When somebody has an accident, it's unsettling enough. The last thing they want to deal with is calling 1-800 and put in your 12-digit number. That's not very personal.
Over 16,000 State Farm agents.
Our rates for car insurance are very competitive.
It's no accident. They insure more cars than anyone else.
This is my town. Hi, Jasmine.
How you doing? How you doing?
Hello.
These guys took care of that thing, right?
Hey, Mikey, we take care of that thing? Hey, Nicky, you took care of that thing, right?
Yeah, sure. Come on, please. Hey, did you take care of that thing yet?
Yeah.
You took care of that thing, right?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Is Jerry there? Yeah.
You took care of that thing, right?
Jerry?
It's not just about saving money. It's about spending time, just dropping by and creating bonds rather than simply buying them. At Edward Jones, it's never just about investing. It's about knowing you and your dreams.
My every hope, my life, my world, it all begins with a dream.
Edward Jones, investing in you and your dreams.
Sometimes life's not fair, but you can make it equal with great taste and 0 calories. Sometimes life's not fair, but you can make it equal with great taste and 0 calories.
The Missouri Valley Conference Game of the Week is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. By Budweiser, with the crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer. By Edward Jones, more than 130 years of experience helping individuals build financial security. By American Airlines, the official airline of the Valley. And by Ralston Purina Company of Checkerboard Square. Back in Terre Haute, Indiana at the Holman Center. Again, it's senior night for an outstanding group of seniors for Indiana State. There's Bruce Weber, the head coach of Southern Illinois in his 4th year at SIU. He's been married for 20 years. He was an assistant to Gene Cady for 19 years. So it tells you about his background and how much influence Cady has had on his coaching career. And a look at our Bud Light lineups for Indiana State. Block is back in the lineup after missing games because of a knee injury. Howard and Berry need to play well tonight defensively. Avery and Conte, 2 seniors for Indiana State. The Salukis, we've talked about Williams. Roland Roberts is the other guy that we will talk about, the senior transfer from Virginia Tech, who is big inside for the Salukis. And the head coach of Indiana State, Royce Waltman, in his 5th year here in Terre Haute. 1 losing season in his life prior to this one. And this year, 6-19, 4-12 in the Valley. Let's check now, Scott, on your Chrysler keys to the game. Brought to you by your Chrysler Jeep dealers.
Well, Mitch, the Salukis are really going to want to force the tempo. They want a game in the 70s and 80s, get up and down, and they're going to try to take advantage of their size down low with Dearman and Roberts. They want to get some production from the boys down low. Indiana State, on the other hand, needs to keep SIU off the boards. SIU leads the Valley in offensive rebounds. The Sycamores also need good shot selection, be patient, and execute offensively.
Here's a look at Roland Roberts. And Jermaine Dearman, last year, he threw in a shot here at the buzzer to ruin Indiana State's senior night. This Indiana State team last year beating Oklahoma in the NCAA tournament before losing to Gonzaga. And this year, so many close losses, Scott. In fact, they've had 12 league losses. 6 of the 12, this is a remarkable stat, by 3 points or less.
Those are heartbreaking type losses, and you lose some confidence when you lose those type of games.
Indiana State is a good man-to-man team, and Kent Williams for SIU gets fouled underneath by Terrence Avery.
When you lose a player like 2 players like Michael Menser and Matt Wren, it's hard to replace those guys, even though you do have some senior leadership coming back. Those 2 guys were really the core of this basketball program for Indiana State.
Kent Williams, one of the heroes of the Wednesday night win over Creighton, had just 2 free throws until the last 2 minutes of the game. They need a 4-point play and hit a 3 to propel SIU to that victory over the Blue Jays.
He showed a lot of courage coming back after the stitches and shaking off a pretty poor performance offensively and knocking down some huge shots, and that's what great players do, like Kent Williams.
Last Saturday night of the regular season in the Valley, game on here in Terre Haute, 2-0 Southern Illinois. Black against Williams. Sets up a 3-point attempt that's long from Marcus Howard, and the rebound down to Roberts for Southern Illinois.
Southern's going to try to push it, get some things going in transition or off their secondary break. If not, they'll be patient, Mitch, and work the screens, try to get Williams coming off.
This is Belcher. Marcus Belcher in the lane with 14 to shoot. Another hero of the Wednesday night win, Stetson Hairston with it. Hairston driving inside. Conte has it stripped underneath by Dearman. And the first field goal of the game is Jermaine Dearman's with a hard-earned Saluki bucket.
Well, we talked about the battle of the boards. Indiana State is going to need somebody other than Conte to crash the defensive glass. Avery's going to have to step up. Even Keelan Block's going to have to help on the offensive and especially on the defensive glass.
Underneath, Terrence Avery with the turnaround right over the top of Roland Roberts. Terrence Avery, the Northwestern transfer. He's playing with a broken hand and gets Indiana State on the board. Roberts comes right back after him, and the rebound to Keelan Block, who does everything for this Indiana State team. A steal by Hairston as Matt Berry telegraphs the pass, and Hairston blows the layup.
Oh, great job getting out in the passing lane, just can't convert in transition.
Conte finds a cutter, and the double pump banker by Howard ties the game.
What Indiana State does a real nice job of being patient offensively, and they set screens. They don't interchange, they hit bodies and create opportunities for guys coming off of them.
Belcher just slings one up there. And Conte strongly gets the rebound for Indiana State. So for the Salukis, the last 2 possessions with questionable shot selection. Avery catches it deep, this time on Dearman to score.
The one way to counteract the inside play of Dearman and Roberts is make them work defensively, doing a nice job getting the ball inside twice in a row.
Roberts with an easy dunk.
And all that's created by Kent Williams, curling off the screen, good court vision. That's one thing he's really added to his game, Mitch, his ability to make his teammates better. His first 2 years really concentrated on his production, and this has made that, his progress has really made the Saluki Ball Club so much better.
Southern Illinois trying to have an impressive night tonight to try to play their way into the NCAA tournament. The 3 missed from Matt Berry. And this will be a foul on Indiana State. But in talking with Bruce Weber prior to the Creighton game, he was saying, you know, we've got to get our blue-collar attitude back we had early in the year when they pounded Indiana and nearly beat Illinois on a neutral floor. He says, we've got to get that back. and get our edge back defensively.
Well, I think one of the things he said actually has been detrimental is they've had a whole lot of teams come in and play them competitively at their place, so they're a little bit lackadaisical when they go on the road, start to think they're a little bit better than they are. And these road games are the type of games that you got to learn how to play. And ultimately, if they make the tournament, these type of games will really help them.
Avery makes it tough on Roberts. Excellent post defense by Terrence Avery.
Well, that's what you want to make him do. Make him shoot the jump shot. Don't let him turn the corner, get by you.
Berry using the screen, not there. Conte tries to get high for the offensive board, but Brooks picks it up.
We got 5-on-4 with Conte trailing.
Hairston left-handed on the left side, sets up Dearman, and Dearman slings one in there. He's got 4 points.
It's tough when your 6'8" power forward can step out and knock down a 15-footer. It makes you awfully tough to guard.
Lamar Grimes, the freshman from Chicago, in now for Indiana State to play the point, number 10. This is Howard to Grimes. Avery just inside the three-point line. And Southern Illinois trying to take the ball from themselves underneath. Williams shut off. But Hairston finds Dearman with the trash, and Dearman, who has always been big, it seems like, against Indiana State, has 6 early points.
And he's active. If he gets going early, it's not a good sign for the Sycamores. You can usually tell how he's going to play early in the first few minutes of the ball game. If you let him get going, he gains that confidence, and he's an awful active body that can do a lot of damage.
Weak side pass to Howard. Indiana State resets with 15 to shoot. And inside, Avery has it blocked by Roberts. Avery gets it back and misses it. Roberts, second in the league in block shots. And runs to the other end to get the layup.
Doing it on both ends of the court is Roland Roberts. Royce Waltman not too happy with his transition defense, but that's what the big fella does. He's a presence defensively, and then he'll run up and down and finish for you as well.
In and out. As Grimes robbed by the rim. And Southern down quickly in the presence of Indiana State. 12-6, Southern Illinois with the lead at 14:40 left to go in the first half. Williams saves it, and that sets up Hairston for a layup. A lot of layups now for Southern Illinois early in the game.
You can feel the pace of this basketball game really favoring SIU. They want to get up and down. Royce Waltman can't be happy with the tempo so far.
Indiana State right now needing somebody to knock down a shot. Keelan Block setting down again, playing with a sore knee that has really been tough on him all season. Grimes has it blocked, but he's fouled on the way to the rack.
I was going to say it was a nice move by Grimes, but our man Jabril Conte hasn't had too many touches on the offensive end. That might be a good idea to get the big fella involved. See the move baseline by Grimes. He's really provided an offensive spark for this basketball club, playing a lot more minutes here in the second half of the season, averaging almost 11 points per game. Kind of an instant offense for the Sycamore ball club.
One of his bigger games this year was against SIU in Carbondale when he had 21 points against the Salukis.
He also had 25 against Evansville, so he's certainly capable of putting up some numbers.
Out of the Gage Park program in Chicago. When they lost their, you mentioned the loss of Menzer. Really, the point guard job was open this year. And it's just a lot to put on a young kid coming into a program to say, hey, your program, take it over, do everything right.
Yeah, from day one, that's a learning process. That's like being a quarterback of a football team. And Grimes has done fine, and he's going to be a good player for the Sycamore team and in the Valley. But that's one thing they've been missing is really that leadership that Michael Menzer provided in the last 4 years.
14-7, Salukis with the advantage. Brooks on the baseline, captain of the all-bench team in the Valley. Bowie off the bench. Dearman, and over his back is Conte. Conte hits the floor hard again for the second time in the first 5+ minutes of the game.
Yeah, that's a dangerous play, but Conte's got that explosive leaping ability. Thinks he can get his hands on just about any ball.
Conte is going to get a chance to rest here, but the pace is at Southern Illinois' advantage. The Salukis by 7.
Is Mountain Dew in serious jeopardy? This generally harmless male will defend his domain with basic animal instinct. A fierce battle rages. Yet in the end, to the victor go the spoils.
Hey, man, how you feeling?
Not bad.
Until next time, do the do.
When you have money problems, just going to the mailbox can be frightening. The bills and balances keep piling up. You're scared to even look. It's the same when the phone rings. You know it's another creditor, so you're afraid to answer. I don't know how my debt got so out of control. I thought bankruptcy was the only way out. And then I called Ameridebt and found the answer.
Every day, Ameridebt helps more people with money problems. We're a nonprofit organization offering free consultations and solutions to consumers seeking to eliminate their debt.
Now I don't have to struggle to keep up my monthly payments, and I won't spend the next 20 years paying off my credit card bills. Ameridebt contacted my creditors. They were able to get my interest rates reduced, and my payments were almost cut in half. Now my balances are dropping, and I only have one small monthly payment.
Call this number, and in minutes, regardless of your situation, Ameridebt can help change your financial future.
Ameridebt gave me my life back.
Ameridebt, helping America get out of debt.
Mitch Holtis back along with Scott Highmark here in Terre Haute, Indiana. Southern Illinois leading 14-7 over Indiana State. It's time. It is time. The best time of the year. It's the 2002 State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Tournament. We call it Arch Madness at Savage Center in St. Louis. Order your tickets 314-241-1888. That's through Ticketmaster. Don't miss a minute of the 2002 State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Tournament, March 1st through 4th next weekend in St. Louis. We love to call it Arch Madness. And Brad Korn, who can give a boost to Bruce Weber's team off the bench, hits a field goal, and it's the biggest lead early in the game for Southern Illinois at 9.
Korn hit 2 big threes the other night against Creighton. It's helped the Saluki cause in their comeback victory. But boy, Arch Madness, best time of year, Mitch. It appears that it might be a 2-pony race, but don't count out SMS. They're playing good basketball, and Illinois State's been quite stingy as of late.
They have. You can even go down to the 5 and 6 holes. Wichita State is going to go into that tournament thinking they've got a chance to win it. And Northern Iowa, even though that they've suffered lately, has had some great moments this year. Indiana State trying to get some breakout baskets. They're 3 for 10 from the field, and Block gets fouled. And should get free throws here. Keelan Block, what an outstanding kid. His block, it'll be a common foul. Let's talk about Keelan Block here. Now, last year, fans forget about it. In the NCAA tournament against Oklahoma, he had 3 broken teeth in a collision with Hollis Price. He went to the locker room. They gave him some Tylenol, Advil, something, stuffed some gauze where the teeth were. He comes back out on the floor and helps Indiana State beat Oklahoma.
That is an amazing story and one of the highlights of the Sycamore program in the last 20 years. And that just tells you what kind of kid he is. And Royce Waltman says that really typifies the toughness and the courage that this young man has. Not to mention he scored over 1,200 points in his career.
Willis is fouling. It'll be 2 shots for Matt Berry.
You know, getting back to Block, he's had some injury problems this season. Had the knee surgery back in January, and that really has hurt this basketball club because they were counting on him night in and night out. And then he goes out, they lose some chemistry, and he's lost some of that explosiveness that we've come to see from Keelan Block over the last few years. So that was a tough play, a tough episode there for Indiana State.
Matt Berry gets 1 free throw down. Indiana State, it's their first make since the 17:45 mark. You see 12.5 minutes left to go in the first half. And the Salukis leading 16-8. Again, Creighton won earlier today, beating Bradley in Peoria 80-64. There's Williams for a 3. Not there, but tipped in by Bowie.
When you get guys like Bowie and Sylvester Willis to come in, provide some energy, give you 3 or 4 minutes, it's awfully tough, and that's why they're one of the best teams in the Valley. They go about 9 deep.
And Scott, most of Southern Illinois' points here early have been near the basket, meaning layups, tip-ins, stickbacks.
Exactly, and in transition. They're doing a nice job taking advantage of their size advantage and crashing the offensive glass. They average 14 offensive rebounds a game, and they lead the Valley. So, believe me, Royce Waltman knows that, and he's going to be on his team about putting bodies on guys.
Played nearly 8 minutes. 2 fouls now on Sylvester Willis, who has to set down. And Roland Roberts, the transfer from Virginia Tech, comes back in for the Salukis. Berry's in trouble. Gets tied up, finally gets rid of it to Grimes. And Grimes somehow gets the ball to go down for his first field goal. And now Fast breaking off a made basket. It is a dunk for Roland Roberts.
And you better run back. You better not celebrate after you score because they are pushing it. Nice look ahead by Marcus Belcher. And who ran the floor but Roland Roberts.
They fought so hard to finally get a field goal.
Exactly.
Here's the answer.
And they come down, dunk. That's what makes it so tough to play against this SIU because they got 5 or 6 options really on their roster that can really put the ball in the basket. And Indiana State just has to struggle and grind it out in the half-court set.
Block called for a hold here. First foul on Block. But Southern Illinois is down the floor in a hurry as the Salukis lead by 10.
Somewhere in America, there are no meetings to attend or soccer games to make. There are fish to be caught, shoulders to be ridden, and memories to be made. Somewhere in America, people are discovering that sometimes the best way to get together is simply to get away.
See, it's cool. Come on, let's go.
With its patented four-wheel drive system, Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo is extremely capable.
Thanks.
But still as well-mannered as ever.
What a gentleman.
Only Jeep gives you our 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain pledge to keep you on the trail.
The Missouri Valley Conference celebrates athletic excellence, bringing you non-stop red-hot collegiate basketball. There's another team in town that we're privileged to support, the Bob Costas Cancer Center at Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. The Cancer Center provides state-of-the-art technology, a child-friendly environment, and compassionate care to children who are diagnosed with cancer and other blood disorders. The Missouri Valley Conference and the Bob Costas Cancer Center. We're here for the kids. Give us a hand.
Back in Terre Haute, Southern Illinois leading Indiana State 20-10 with 11:22 left in the half. Tonight's Prairie Farms Missouri Valley Conference Scholar athlete is Terrence Avery of Indiana State, a senior from West Frankfort, Illinois, transferred in from Northwestern. He has a 3.12 in sports management. He earned the all-bench in the Valley in 2001. Academics are important to the Valley. Let's salute Terrence Avery, tonight's Prairie Farms Missouri Valley Conference Scholar athlete. He's also a guy that had some big plays in that NCAA win over Oklahoma last year.
It's good to see a young man doing the job in the classroom as well. I had 29 points this year versus Eastern Illinois, so he's certainly capable of providing some offensive punch.
Plus third in the league in field goal shooting percentage. But Indiana State needs a lot in a hurry. SIU leading here 20-10. One of the big reasons has been points in the paint, just like that one by Stetson Hairston.
Southern Illinois 16 points in the paint, 12 of those coming from Dearman and Roberts. So we talked about the keys to the game, force the tempo and get production from the paint. SIU doing very well in both those categories.
A three now. Fired in by Matt Berry, just his 28th make of the year from the triple distance. And Williams trying to answer 3 for 3. It's not there. Brooks is fouled on a follow attempt. So even on Saluki misses, Scott, they're going to go chase it down.
Absolutely. That's the moniker for the Saluki basketball team, and they've got good enough athletes to do that. Korn will crash, Roberts will crash, Willis, and even Bowie when he comes in the ball game. So you got 4 or 5 active, energetic bodies that you got to keep in mind on the defensive end.
Brooks, a freshman out of the St. Louis area. In fact, he went to Jennings High School. Again, captain of the All-Missouri Valley Conference bench team. When they've had big wins this year, their bench has shown up big time.
Absolutely, and that's I believe the first time ever that a freshman's been the captain of the all-bench team, and he's just played with a lot of poise. He's been almost as consistent as anybody for SIU, and that's very rare for a freshman to bring it night in and night out.
Best free throw shooter on the team at 83%. 23-13, 10-point lead, going to the basket. The freshman Lamar Grimes, and he'll have a chance with a +1 opportunity as the basket counts.
Instant offense. We've seen how effective he's been driving the ball to the basket, and that's what they need. See the dribble penetration. Anytime you can break down the defense with dribble penetration using the quickness that Lamar Grimes has, you're going to create opportunities either for yourself or for your teammates.
He's a 64% at the line. He's 1 for 3 here in the first half and cannot complete the three-point play.
Beautiful pass by Williams that time. Again, running that screen and roll like Stockton and Malone, you got to come out and honor the shooter. And Kent's done a good enough job delivering the basketball. You know, he leads the Valley in assist-to-turnover ratio. That is unbelievable for a guy who came in known as a standstill jump shooter. So he's really made a lot of progress in other areas of his game.
Roland Roberts, the big center, number 15. You see at the middle of your screen, already with 8 points tonight. He had that total all night against Creighton. He had just 8 against the Blue Jays. But now a basket back for Grimes in Indiana State. He's got 7. He's got 7 of the 17 Indiana State points.
He's doing a nice job. You mentioned Roberts. He only had 6 shot attempts against Creighton. They got to find him more as the season progresses here. They get down to the stretch run. He's too valuable to just ignore him.
Indiana State, a block shot by Roberts, his second of the half as Keelan Block got out on the break.
The big fella showing us the full arsenal early in this ballgame.
And you could see Keelan Block. He is not. That knee is really bugging him when he has to sprint up the floor.
Well, a year ago, you'd see him explode to the basket and may even dunk that. And this time, he's even hobbling a little bit, just has lost that real explosive first step that he used to have.
10 to shoot for the Salukis here. Kent Williams without a field goal, but he's going to go to the line to get a couple free throws here. He got all stitched up the other night. Stitches in his head, stitches above his eye. He'll get 2 free throws here, but did not have a field goal until the last 2 minutes of the game. Then had a 4-point play and a 3.
Well, what was funny is he was just mad that he had to go out of the ball game with the stitches. You see him Creighton off the dribble. But the other night, you could see the cameras focused in, and he was visibly upset that he had to go to the locker room and get stitches. And then he sprints back to the court and says, "Coach, put me in." Tough young man.
He's dropped at the foul line this year. Last year was 83% as a sophomore, just 72 this year, but he had some big free throws to beat league-leading Creighton in Omaha. And once again, if Southern Illinois wants to stay in the race, they have to win tonight. That would take the Valley race to Monday. Southern would stay 1 game behind Creighton if they could win tonight here on the road.
Well, Creighton controls their own destiny, but Southern's got to take care of their own business. And again, they're playing for more than just a share of the championship here in the Missouri Valley. They have an opportunity. If they're able to win out, most people believe that if they get to the finals of the conference tournament next week,
pretty good argument to the committee. There's a foul. This is on Willis again, who's having problems fouling, and going to the line will be Terrence Avery for Indiana State. Now, one of the things Southern Illinois has to do is try to defend without fouling, and there's 6 losses this year. Listen to this, Scott. Illinois, 25 makes at the line. Colorado State, 21 makes at the line. Wichita State, 24. Northern Iowa, 21. SMS, 18. And Illinois State was 27 of 33 at the foul line.
And a lot of those fouls are coming from their interior defense, and that's important because they cannot afford to have Dearman and Roberts get in foul trouble, because though they have some nice light bodies, they need those guys to play 25, 30 minutes a night.
27-18 Southern Illinois, and now Lamar Grimes picks Marcus Belcher, and it'll be 2 free throws for Lamar Grimes, who's been impressive for Indiana State in the first half.
He's been active with his hands, taking the ball aggressively to the basket. At that time, just pressuring the basketball, and he does that as well as anybody for Indiana State. See him with the active hands on Belcher here. Just strips him, runs after it, takes it strong to the basket. But he's the one guy that can really pressure the basketball, has good enough lateral quickness to stay right with his man, and that's important because you need an element of that from your perimeter defense.
Grimes with 8 of the 19 Sycamore points. Southern gets the rebound in the hands of Darren Brooks as SIU with a chance to extend its lead, which is 8. Dearman against Avery. Nice spin to the opposite way and a basket for Jermaine Dearman.
Well, he's got great footwork, and you've seen him over the years really work on that footwork. And that's a beautiful spin move down on the paint by Jermaine Dearman.
Block losing the ball in the lane. Picked up by Belcher. Speed dribble. Slings one over his head and tipped in by Darren Brooks. Another second chance opportunity for Bruce Weber's Salukis.
Well, Willis Waltman can't be happy with his transition defense. Two of his defenders were standing at half court as Brooks tipped that in. You got to run back after you turn the ball over, because SIU will make you pay.
Matt Berry goes to the basket. He'll draw a foul. On the Sycamores, this will be on Brad Korn.
Sycamores really like young Matt Berry, only a sophomore, live body, good, strong athlete. He's going to develop into one of the leaders for this Sycamore program as he progresses, and hopefully they'll get some help in from some recruits the next couple of years and get this program right back where it belongs.
2 years ago, on the final Monday night of the season, the atmosphere was as good as I've seen it in the Valley Arena. When Indiana State beat Bradley to win the Valley Championship, Larry Bird in attendance, this place was hopping. So the Sycamores know they can do it. 31-21. Southern Illinois has got most of their action right underneath the basket. They lead by 10.
Come on, Joey. Let's have some of Grandma's old recipe ice cream.
Wow, it sure looks good.
It is, Joey. There's a whole world of wonderful flavors in her old recipe ice cream. It starts with fresh cream and cane sugar, then in go all kinds of other great tasting treats.
Gosh, did Grandma make it herself?
Of course not, Joey. She goes to the store and buys it like everybody else.
Taste the premium quality of old recipe ice cream from Prairie Farms.
Oh, you want this now, huh? Yeah. You want this? Go get it! It's got to be the dog chow.
Purina knows there's no limit to what your dog can do. That's why Dog Chow is packed with everything he needs to build and rejuvenate strong muscles, so he can keep on amazing you day after day. Incredible dog food, incredible dogs. Purina Dog Chow brand.
How do you see our world? From a passing car or an airline seat? From your own piece of the earth? And how about your children? What kind of world will they see in the future? At Phillips 66, we believe there is no better way to see America than by car. One of our newest ideas lowers the sulfur content of gasoline. It's all part of protecting the planet. Something to think about the next time you need fuel.
Proof again that Phillips 66 is the performance company.
And Indiana State, he's trying to get he wants the Sycamores to get back in the game. Now he's holding a hot dog. That was let's talk about that in a minute.
Ironic.
Yeah, it is. We'll talk about that in a minute. Let's go to our Edward Jones conference standings. Brought to you by Edward Jones, more than 130 years of experience helping individuals build financial security. And Scott, you see the standings because Creighton with a game-and-a-half lead. If Southern Illinois loses tonight, the title is Creighton's. If not, the race goes into Monday.
It's amazing. At the beginning of the season, if you say Creighton would win the title outright, I don't think anybody thought that. Having lost 4 starters, Dana Altman's done a fantastic job with that ball club. But it's not over yet.
And losing Walker and Sears, two of the great guard tandem-wise in the history of the Valley, and still try to come back and have a shot at winning the league. A little over 7 minutes left in the first half here. Southern Illinois has been in control. I'd like to see a shot chart because it would be right underneath the rim.
It'd be real easy. I could draw it up for you real quick, and all the dots would be right in the paint. You know, SIU's got 18 rebounds to only 7 for Indiana State. 5 of those on the offensive end, and I venture to say they probably converted 4 of those 5 offensive rebounds into buckets.
Seven to shoot here for Southern Illinois. Dearman forces one up and gets it to go home. Jermaine Dearman with 10 first-half points.
He's really got it going. If I were guarding him, I would bet about 90% of the time he's going to spin back to the middle. He loves that spin move, and he's got a nice feathery touch.
Marcus Howard, this is Block, who has yet to score and can't get that one to go down, and Roberts has been a force underneath. Lead of 12 here for the Salukis. Dearman is calling for the ball. A little too much that time.
And Bruce Weber's screaming, patience, patience, boys. We don't need to shoot it quick. We're getting great shots when they work it and in transition. No need to force it.
Block has another shot blocked. It's going to stay in the hands of Indiana State. I'm not sure that Jermaine heard his coach shrieking patience when he was in the air trying to jump past to it.
I'm not sure that he heeds his advice all the time anyway. But who am I to talk? I never did with Spoon anyway.
And you played.
I played. If you make it, he doesn't say anything. That was my philosophy.
Give you one miss. Belcher trying to get back in transition.
Tried that spin move. They didn't let him spin that time. Bruce Weber wants his team to spread it out, get better spacing offensively, work some clock, slow it down a little bit.
Salukis have been good on the road this year. One of the better teams in the nation on the road. Brooks with 6 to shoot. Can't use the Dearman screen. Roberts against Avery. Indiana State does a great job. It'll be a shot clock violation as the ball never touched the rim.
And a nice defensive set that time by Indiana State. You mentioned the road warriors that the Salukis have been. They got 8 wins on the road this year in the Valley. That's awfully strong. You don't see that in many conferences, and that's a testament to their guard play and Bruce Weber and what a great job he's done down the stretch, winning close ball games.
A shot of Royce Waltman. What he has done is brought back pride to the Indiana State program. Turned them into a champion. 2 trips to the NCAA tournament. Last year won the Valley Tournament Championship with Arch Madness. He's put the program on the map. They'll be back.
Well, with any program, you're going to go through cycles where you're going to be hot, you're going to have a couple really special players, and then you're going to have to rebuild and reload, and that's what he's doing right now. He's got 4 recruits coming in next year. I saw one of them last night, Ted Morris from Chaminade, and St. Louis had 10 blocks last night, a 6'10" center that'll give him some presence down low in the absence of Conte. So he's doing a nice job hitting the recruiting trail and trying to reload and get the Sycamore Ball Club back to the NCAA tournament.
Terrence Avery with the free throw. He's trying to find this guy. Look right behind Royce Waltman. There's Michael Menzer, Miracle Michael Menzer, doing the radio color for the Indiana State Network.
That's the guy. He probably gets sick every time he looks over and sees him doing radio and wishes he had him out there on the floor, but he was a special player, he along with Matt Wren.
Hit the 3 to beat Indiana here. And also had that huge bomb against, I think it was against Creighton at the tournament with like a half-court heave.
Sure was.
And Roberts with another dunk. They just do not have an answer for Roland Roberts or Jermaine Dearman. Those 2 guys combined, Scott, for 20 first-half points.
Unbelievable. Did you see that play? He blocked the shot, corralled it, gave it to a guard, ran the length of the floor, and finished it with his 3rd dunk of the game. You can't teach that type of athleticism.
Conte just hasn't been that involved here in the first half until there. That's his first basket of the game, I should say, for Jabril Conte.
They need to get him more involved. Make Dearman, make Roberts work a little harder.
And now a foul's going to go against Southern Illinois.
I believe it's on Roland Roberts. He's smiling. He's so strong. You look at his big pipes there. He's got 2 personal fouls, but he just barely touches guys, and guys go flying. He's so big and strong.
He was at Virginia Tech, the first freshman in 20 years to lead Virginia Tech in scoring in his initial year in Blacksburg. Too much to do every day, then skip that trip to the bank, because at AllegianceBank.com you can handle almost all of your banking online. At AllegianceBank.com, your bank's open 24 hours a day, every day. Proud to be the official bank of the Valley, Allegiant Bank. Pledged to a better way of banking. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Getting back to Roberts, shooting 60% from the floor, and we see why today. He gets great looks at the basket. He's got 3 dunks already, but young man scored 1,200 points at Virginia Tech before he transferred. I call him the freak. He reminds me of Javon Curse, who plays for the Tennessee Titans, because you don't find a lot of guys 6'6", 250 pounds, 40-inch vertical, long arms, huge hands. Good Lord bless that young man with a lot of ability.
Indiana State has struggled at the line. Borman loves to shoot threes, and if he gets an open look, that's like a layup for that kid.
He's really got a nice stroke.
He has hit 14 of his last 23 three-point attempts.
Crowd trying to get in this ball game. Indiana State hanging around, hanging around.
Brooks, quick shot. He tried to do a lot against Creighton the other night. Here's Borman looking at another 3. Shut off by Korn. Avery scores, and Indiana State finally strings back-to-back baskets together is something they have not done much at all in this first half.
That was great execution offensively. Nobody forced it. They swung it, used their early offense. Avery stepped in the lane, having a big first half.
Bruce Weber, 19 years as an assistant for Gene Cady at Western Kentucky and Purdue. And here's Royce Walton. This year is just killing him. He's only had one losing season in his entire coaching career, and that spans all different levels. And it's just been frustrating for him and these fans. 6-19, 4-12, but 0-7 games that are decided by 3 points or less.
Losing wears on you. I know when I graduated from St. Louis University, I asked Coach Spooner about getting into coaching. He said, Scott, you don't want to do that. He goes, I'm 55 years old and I feel like I'm 95. When your career depends on 18, 19-year-old kids putting the ball in the basket, it's awfully tough. But Royce Walton, one of the best in the industry.
So what does he do? He supposedly retires.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he gets back in it.
Yeah, exactly.
At Nevada, Las Vegas.
Well, of course, he's a big fan of Vegas, and financial package didn't hurt it either. I hope he's listening.
I'm sure he is, but I think he's got those Rebs on the floor again tonight. 35-29, Indiana State's trying to get back into this game. Southern Illinois trying to keep pace with Creighton.
If you enjoy Branson's world-class entertainment, then you'll love Branson's world-class resort, Chateau on the Lake. On a majestic mountaintop overlooking Table Rock Lake, you'll find a grand hotel in the European tradition. The service is impeccable. The surroundings elegant. It's pure luxury all the way. It's what you deserve. Come experience Chateau on the Lake, Branson's only world-class resort. Call 1-888-333-LAKE for reservations.
Keep connected locally when you log on to attbroadbandnetwork.com. attbroadbandnetwork.com provides you with a comprehensive look at AT&T Broadband's original programming, including exclusive coverage of area high school sports. Now you can access our network programming schedule by simply typing in your zip code. attbroadbandnetwork.com also provides you with exclusive video highlights, community events listings, monthly contests, and much more. attbroadbandnetwork.com, your local connection.
If you suffer from any of these health problems, a Craftmatic adjustable bed with built-in massage and soothing heat may provide the temporary relief from pain you've been looking for. Call now and we'll mail you this special free $200 off rebate certificate. It's good for $200 off the Craftmatic Model 1 bed of your choice. Don't suffer needlessly. Get the facts about the affordable adjustable beds that may provide temporary relief.
Call toll-free 1-800-598-9292.
Southern Illinois led by 12. Now it's just 6 with 3:15 left to go in the first half as Bruce Weber's team with the advantage. Timeout for the great equalizer brought to you by Equal Sweetener. The Salukis brought their paint gun to the game.
You see 27 points, 20 of those coming from our guys Dearman and Roberts, and a lot of those coming in transition. Williams been awfully quiet with only 4 points.
Indiana State on a 7-0 run, though, over the last 66 seconds to get back into the game. To trail just by 6, so actually a 13-point lead at one point for the Salukis. And it started on this end for Indiana State. They've made it hard on the Salukis the last couple times until then when Williams hits a leaning banker.
That's just a tough shot. That's what an all-valley type player does to you. You wind the shot clock down, you play good defense, and he knocks one right in your face.
Avery over the double team. Corn rebounds, 8-point lead for Southern Illinois. He plays at home against Bradley to close out the regular season on Monday. Howard gets the rebound for Indiana State, and now the Sycamores throw it away, mainly because Broerman thought Jabril Conte was an outlet guy.
Well, he's not the guy you want handling the ball. It's only the 3rd turnover in the ball game, so you can't be too upset with 2:19 to go. But you're exactly right. Indiana State made their run on the defensive end. They've really come out, extended their defense, and done a much better job keeping SIU off the offensive glass as well.
Turnovers, Indiana State with just 3. They are 1-14 this year when they have more turnovers than their opponent. New Year's steal, but kicked out by block. Again, Keelan has yet to score tonight, averaging 11 points per game.
They're going to need him before it's all said and done. They cannot continue to rely on Avery and Marcus Howard to get all the points here for him.
Bruce Weber yelling at his team not to be casual. Corn is good from that distance. Block gets the rebound after Hairston almost had it. And now it's off of Avery and out of bounds to Southern Illinois. Back-to-back turnovers by the Sycamore.
I'll tell you what, Avery had great position down low. He had Korn backed up all the way underneath the basket, just couldn't handle the hot pass.
The Salukis have been in control really from the start. Dearman travel with it. Stetson Hairston, I think, wanted the basketball when they were splitting the posts there.
Dearman doing a little bit too much, and we talked about early in the game when he gets excited early and has some success. I think sometimes Bruce Weber goes, uh-oh, here he goes. He's going to go crazy on me, but he's done a nice job here tonight, has Jermaine Dearman.
You can read Bruce Weber's lips there. Run the play, Jermaine.
Exactly. You get the bad with the good.
I think some selective listening there by Jermaine.
That's the right term. That's right.
Gorman handed by Williams. 14 to shoot. Grimes leaves it thin on the bank. And Dearman in control of the rebound. And a technical foul has been called by Brad Korn on Brad Korn.
I'll tell you what, he and Conte got mixed up down low, and I didn't see what precipitated it, but I saw Conte throw a little bit of an elbow at Korn. Korn's laughing. Something must have transpired before I saw Conte throw a quick elbow. Bruce Weber not happy about that.
I need to correct myself here. Not a technical foul, but a holding foul on Conte on Brad Korn. And you can see the reaction of Bruce Weber.
I think he saw what I saw. Oh, there goes the coat.
Well, the race is on.
He tried to put it on his chair and then just threw it down.
At least he didn't have his trainers and doctors so busy tonight. The other night, they had Williams and Roberts in the locker room getting stitched up. They had to call a doctor out of the stands to help their team doctor stitch their guys up.
It's like a mash unit.
37-30. The Salukis still in control. Under a minute left in the first half. Ron Burkholz points the way of Southern Illinois. 23 to shoot here for the Salukis. 53.6 on the game clock. Williams, NBA range. Follow dunk by Dearman.
How about that follow-up? That's the 6th offensive rebound. They scored on 5 of them. Again, nobody putting the body on the Saluki big guys. Jermaine Dearman, great first half.
Block. That's one of his patented shots on the pull-up. Korn blocks off Conte, who goes down again. That's the 3rd time Jabril Conte has hit the floor hard in the first half.
He jumps so high that there are going to be times when he gets undercut. And I don't think Brad Korn meant anything malicious by it, but he was underneath him. And Conte fell, looks like maybe on his tailbone, but that's 2 or 3 hard falls. Here, we'll take a look at it here on the replay. As the shot goes up, Korn trying to, yeah, he got underneath him. He got underneath him, wasn't malicious, but when you come down hard on that tailbone, that hurts for weeks.
3 times Conte has gone down hard in the first half. The senior from Bloomington, Indiana. And he, like Block, part of bringing Indiana State basketball back and making them a champion, playing his final home game tonight here in Terre Haute. Southern Illinois can play for the last shot. And Bruce Weber has to like the way his team has gone right to the glass in this first half.
Trying to run Williams off the double screen.
And traveling now on Kent Williams with 6.8 seconds left to go in the half.
A nice job by Indiana State running out, double teaming Kent Williams, forcing him to make a play. Now they have an opportunity to cut in this lead. Look for him to get it to Grimes and let him go as fast as he can, create something off the dribble.
And Jason Warren in to take Brad Korn out of the game because he has 2 fouls. You see Korn walking by. And Bruce Weber still crabbing. They want Block to maybe take the last shot here. Nope, they'll give it up. Deep 3, Barry. Not there, and the first half has been controlled by Southern Illinois. The Salukis looking for their 23rd win of the season, and on the road they have been good in the first 20 minutes. The Salukis lead Indiana State 39-30 at halftime. And that is
Innovation in action. That's what you get with residue-proven soybeans from Asgrow. They're proven to perform in reduced tillage systems with strong early emergence, tough disease resistance, and higher yield potential. Unleash the most profitable soybean system on your acres. The economic benefits of reduced till and residue-proven varieties. Only from your Asgrow dealer. Ask for the yellow arrow and turn this discovery into your profit.
Backed by Roundup Rewards.
At some point in the evening, you may discover when the wee hours actually begin. Explore St. Louis. There's more than meets the arch. Call 1-800-888-FUN-1.
Think about being a soldier and a father.
I hope being good at the one makes me better at the other.
His leadership made them soldiers.
I will be the first to set foot on the field, and I will be the last to step off.
Their courage.
Those are my men out there, and I'm going in to get them.
Made them heroes.
We're going to win this fight.
Based on a true story.
You tell the American people what these men did here.
Mel Gibson.
We will all come home together. So help me God.
We Were Soldiers. Rated R. Starts Friday in theaters everywhere.
Show, period. Weeknights at 8.
The Missouri Valley Conference Game of the Week is brought to you by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. By the Prairie Farms family of dairies. Prairie Farms, Highland and Roberts Dairies. Serving Mid-America with quality fresh dairy products every day. By Edward Jones, more than 130 years of experience helping individuals build financial security. By Pepsi, the choice of the Missouri Valley Conference, the joy of Pepsi. And by your Chrysler Jeep dealers. Back at Terre Haute, Indiana. Here at the Holman Center on senior night, Southern Illinois trying to spoil the second straight Indiana State senior night. They did it last year on a last-second shot by Jermaine Dearman, and so far Dearman has 12 points and 11 rebounds. A double-double in the first half for the Southern Illinois Salukis as they lead Indiana State 39-30 at halftime. State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Week is Southwest Missouri State Scott Brakebill, a senior from Bolivar, Missouri. He shot 60% from the field, 40% from three, 82% at the line as SMS had a big week with wins over Southern Illinois 78-71 and Northern Iowa 68-62. He had 25 points against these Salukis on February 13th. Congratulations to Scott Brakebill, this week's State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Player of the Week. 39-30, Southern Illinois leading Indiana State at halftime. A double-double at the first half mark for Jermaine Dearman of the Salukis. We'll be back with more after this.
State Farm proudly presents the Just Read program.
State Farm is pleased to participate with the Missouri Valley Conference in helping our young people develop their reading skills. We're especially proud that many of our student athletes are joining us in this effort to help children realize reading is not only fun, but can be the key to their future success. State Farm is committed to improving the education of all our young people. We believe this partnership with the Missouri Valley Conference will help these children discover the joy of a lifetime of reading.
Started in 1998, the Just Read program is a community outreach endeavor co-sponsored by the Missouri Valley Conference and State Farm Insurance. On this day, around 40 Saluki athletes from various sports paid a visit to the fourth graders at Winkler Elementary School in Carbondale. The athletes not only read with the youngsters, but also talked to them about the importance of education, hard work, and respect. It was difficult to tell who enjoyed the morning more, the kids or the athletes.
Today was just a great opportunity for SIU athletes to come out and give back to the community for everything that they do for us with our sporting events. It was fun for us to sit down with some of these little kids and help them, because I know they all look up to us, and some of us seem really neat to these kids, and just to get a chance to read with them, to show them that we think that they're important and that they are important.
They told us about how reading will get you just about anywhere you want to go, and you have to listen to your teachers, your parents, and respect yourself.
You got a chance to read with other people. know what they know about them and have fun.
The Just Read program is proudly presented by State Farm and the Missouri Valley Conference.
It was our first house, and shortly before my parents' grand inspection, there was a tiny problem. I told my State Farm agent I had to get it fixed fast.
When you choose State Farm's Premier Service Claims Program, there's no calling around for estimates. You just go straight to a participating contractor and they'll guarantee their work.
So this is it?
It's just that simple.
Boy, they don't build them like this anymore. No, they don't.
Premier Service, just one more way. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Somewhere in America are your soulmates, your support group, and your conscience. They are your friends. And when you all went off to find jobs and loves and lives, you knew you'd be back, together, somewhere in America.
Ten fine-tuned teams, 9 exciting games over 4 days to determine one champion and the league's automatic qualifier for the NCAA tournament. Don't miss a minute of the greatest hoop action in the Midwest. It's the 2002 State Farm Missouri Valley Conference Men's Basketball Tournament, March 1st through the 4th at Savas Center. For ticket information, go online at www.mbc.org or contact your favorite Valley Schools athletics ticket office. Visit St. Louis area Subway restaurants and pick up a coupon to buy one tournament ticket and get a second one free.
See, it's cool. Come on, let's go.
With its patented four-wheel drive system, Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo is extremely capable.
Thanks.
But still as well-mannered as ever.
What a gentleman.
Only Jeep gives you our 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain pledge to...
Hello, I'm Illinois' First Lady, Lurlyn Ryan, with my friends Tony Parrish of the Chicago Bears and Illinois State Trooper Doug Whitmore to encourage young people to follow the law and join the countless others who choose not to drink alcohol before the age of 21.
I don't drink because I like being in control of who I am. I've learned that after you say no to alcohol the first time, it gets easier to keep saying no.
Let's play by the rules. Don't drink before 21, and please, don't drink and drive.
Tonight's Phillips 66 Missouri Valley Conference legend is Larry Bird of Indiana State. The pride of French Lick, Indiana, Bird was the National Player of the Year in 1978-79 when he led the Sycamores to their magical 33-1 record and the championship game of the NCAA tournament against Michigan State and Magic Johnson. Bird was a 2-time consensus first-team All-American and twice was the Valley Player of the Year and finished his career with 2,850 points, an average of 30 points per game. He was a 3-time NBA Most Valuable Player and led the Celtics to 3 NBA titles. Larry Bird of Indiana State, tonight's Phillips 66 Missouri Valley Conference legend.
Woo woo. We're going to give you a little look at our backside. 0, 0, 0. Okay. Wow, that is pure nothing. Now, if you're starving for some delicious fat or something, I wouldn't recommend Aquafina. No. But if you're thirsting for something, to make you not thirsty, this is the most mouth-watering water you can find.
Aquafina. So pure, we promise nothing.
Great. We're not going to let you look at our backside anymore.
The Missouri Valley Conference celebrates athletic excellence, bringing you nonstop red-hot collegiate basketball. There's another team in town that we're privileged to support, the Bob Costas Cancer Center at Cardinal Glennon Children's Hospital. The Cancer Center provides state-of-the-art technology, a child-friendly environment, and compassionate care to children who are diagnosed with cancer and other blood disorders. The Missouri Valley Conference and the Bob Costas Cancer Center. We're here for the kids. Give us a hand.
This Friday.
Men are so young, and when I look at them, I see our boys.
Well, then you're just the man to lead them.
The lives of many
We will ride into battle, and this will be our horse.
will depend
We are cut off.
on the courage of a few.
Those are my men out there, and I'm going to get them.
Mel Gibson,
I will leave no one behind. We will all come home together. So help me God.
We Were Soldiers. Rated R. Starts Friday in theaters everywhere.
Tonight's John Q. Hammond's Hotel's Millennium Moment features one of the league's exciting buzzer-beating finishes from the 2000-2001 season. Indiana State was at home on senior night at the Holman Center as they met the Southern Illinois Salukis. But it was the play of the Saluki sophomores Kent Williams and Jermaine Dearman that stole the show. The Salukis had a 12-point halftime lead, but Indiana State roared back behind the play of senior Matt Wren, who finished with 17 points and 15 rebounds. With less than 5 seconds remaining, SIU went the length of the floor as Jermaine Dearman banked it in, and Bruce Weber's Salukis had a win on the road at Indiana State. Tonight's John Q. Hammond's Hotel's Millennium Moment. There's my boy Doug and the Indiana State band, maybe the best band in the Valley. They certainly have the best fight song. Senior night here in Terre Haute, Indiana, and Indiana State trailing Southern Illinois 39-30. Mitch Holt is with you along with Scott Highmark. This, quite honestly, has been just SIU dominant inside.
We talked about the points in the paint between Jermaine Dearman and Roland Roberts. They got 22 points and 17 rebounds in the first half. A lot of those points, though, coming in transition. So Indiana State is going to have to do a better job getting back on defense.
Let's go to our stat board, a presentation of Pepsi, the official cola of the Valley.
Well, you see the field goal percentage for Indiana State only 36%, not taking great shots, not executing offensively. The big key rebounds, 27-13 in favor of SIU. Obviously the points in the paint, 29-18. And SIU has done a nice job on second chance opportunities, 7 offensive rebounds in the first half.
Again, Southern leading 39-30. Our Pepsi stats, a presentation of Pepsi, the joy of cola. Southern Illinois trying to keep pace with Creighton. Creighton won earlier today.
You want this? Go get it!
It's got to be the dog chow. Purina knows there's no limit to what your dog can do. That's why dog chow is packed with everything he needs to build and rejuvenate strong muscles, so he can keep on amazing you day after day. Incredible dog food, incredible dogs. Purina Dog Chow brand.
Overbreak beats of ball on blacktop. Pole squads get boxed like flat top. Fades, cut up from long range. Or on the baseline, a takeover. The 40's mine. We battling, raw 10 style. From all angles, 10 panels, handles, got squad shook, mangled. I'm prosecuting because you're defenseless. Now bear witness to raw 10 fitness. More grooves, more grip, more game. Indoor out, it's one speed all out. For love, respect, street cred is cash. Keep your check. Rawlings, 10 panels. More grooves, more grip, more game.
At some point in the evening, you may discover when the wee hours actually begin. Explore St. Louis. There's more than meets the arch. Call 1-800-888-FUN-1.
Sometimes life's not fair, but you can make it equal with great taste and 0 calories. Sometimes life's not fair, but you can make it equal with great taste and 0 calories.
The Missouri Valley Conference Game of the Week is brought to you by Budweiser, with the crisp, clean, refreshing taste you'll find in no other beer. By your Chrysler Jeep dealers. By John Q. Hammond's Hotels, the leading independent owner and manager of upscale hotels and meeting facilities. By American Airlines, the official airline of the Missouri Valley Conference. And by Ralston Purina Company of Checkerboard Square. Mitch Holt is back along with Scott Highmark. Terre Haute, Indiana, the Holman Center, Southern Illinois, just dominant in the paint, 39-30 lead. Look at this now. For Southern Illinois, this is one of the reasons they need to get into the tournament. The best road total in the Valley, 8 total wins, but only 5, Scott, look at this, only 5 Division I schools of the 320 have more than 8 road wins.
Well, and that is one of the criteria that the selection committee looks at. So they're putting themselves in a pretty good position. And what you don't see is that they beat St. Louis University, they beat Indiana, and they beat Iowa State. So they got some good non-conference victories as well.
Avery with a nice look on a turnaround. They can't get it to go down, and Southern Illinois has the ball back, trying to get a double-digit lead again. Kent Williams, but Hairston, so the second half starts just the way the first half was, and that was a stick back by Southern Illinois.
Well, we talked about the damage that the big guys did. We saw Darren Brooks with a big offensive rebound and putback. Now his counterpart, Stetson Hairston, the other freshman, gets an easy basket for the Salukis.
Indiana State shot 36% in the first half. When Southern has been in trouble the last month or so on the road, it has been because they haven't had their defensive edge, as Avery will give and go from block. But in their losses, Southwest Missouri State shot 46%, Illinois State shot 48%.
Well, I think Bruce Weber has felt at times his team's been a little bit soft, hasn't extended their defense, got up, been real physical, and I know that's a type of defense that Bruce Weber learned under Gene Cady. That's the way they play. And that's the way you'd like this Saluki team to play. As you see Dearman with another whirling dervish to the basket.
He's playing like Latrell Sprewell tonight. He's got the haircut.
Yeah, I was going to say, it kind of looks like him.
14 points and 11 boards for Dearman, and we still have 18:33 left to go in the game.
Another thing with this Southern team, they lead the Valley in offensive rebounds, block shots, scoring offense, field goal percentage defense, and scoring margin, and they may not win the Valley or even share the Valley title. Tells you a little bit about what Creighton's done.
Well, the one that blinks up on the screen when I look at that on the other end is the fact that they're last in free throw shooting in the league. It's now Conte with a late push on Dearman. That's second foul on Conte.
They shoot 61% as a team. And our man Roland Roberts, for all that he does well, he only shoots 39% from the line, and that really hurts them. And I'm sorry, go ahead. As they get into the Arch Madness tournament, they're going to have to shore up that free throw, because you know you're going to have some tough games. Those are not games that you're going to blow people out. Everybody's going to be competitive. So I know that's one of the things Bruce Weber's really worked on with this team.
Hairston, great jump stop, taking the handoff, and bouncy Stetson Hairston. He was outstanding against Creighton Wednesday night, continuing it on this Saturday night in Terre Haute. He's got 8 points.
Bouncy, I like that word. I like to use the word moxie. The young man's got a lot of moxie and confidence and poise for a freshman.
You know, we were getting on Dearman for not listening to Bruce Weber in the first half. He has a double-double at halftime.
Yeah, who are we to get on anybody after putting up a stat line like that?
Bouncy, moxie, and traveling on Keelan block. He is just not his old self. That body has taken a lot of punishment. You know, he came out of Sumner Academy in Kansas City. He was thought to be a football recruit. He was a quarterback at Sumner. And a lot of Big 12 schools looked at him as a football athlete. He was a very late signee to Indiana State when he came out of Kansas City.
He certainly got that toughness that you see kids when they come out and they play high school football. Those kids just have a little mental or physical edge that you don't see in other kids.
Now we got a out-of-control situation. Hairston wanted to call timeout.
What a heady play, though. They're not going to give it to him, but what a heady play to have the presence of mind to fall on your back and call a timeout.
Ron Burkholz said, nope, ain't going to do that to me.
I'd give him the benefit of the doubt just for a heady play.
Conte has had a rough night. Only 1 field goal for Jabril Conte.
He needs to get touches down on the block, not 15 feet from the basket.
Roberts block out on him. Belcher left wide open. And that's a shot that Belcher needs to hit for this team down the stretch.
Let's pick your poison with the Salukis. Oh, big.
And an illegal screen.
Big screen by Conte. Williams goes flying.
Williams, you're so young, you may not remember. You remember Jerry Cooney?
Absolutely.
The guy that just get beat to a pulp by everybody. He'd fight like every martyr.
Exactly.
That's Kent Williams in the last 2 games.
He needs a cut doctor. Cooney would bleed.
Boom.
Oh, man, that's a big screen by a big man. But yeah, Cooney was the guy that he'd get hit by 1 shot, and all of a sudden blood just gushing out of his eye. Even the best cut doctor couldn't keep him in the ring.
Kent Williams getting hit more than Brett Favre in the last 2 games.
He's a marked man anyway. People are coming at him. They feel that if they're real aggressive with him and present a real physical presence against him, that he'll wear down. But I'll tell you what, he's a pretty tough young man.
And a basket for Southern Illinois. And a foul in Indiana State.
Another beautiful pick and roll that time. An excellent decision that time by the freshman Hairston. Delivers the ball right to Roberts. And of course, we know he's strong enough to go up, take the contact and finish.
Royce Waltman was saying before the game he knew this was a tough matchup for their team. And sometimes that just happens in college basketball. And a free throw for Roberts. They are celebrating in Carbondale. No school Monday with Roland Roberts hitting a free throw. But
they're all going to call you if that's not true.
Yeah, because they'll go to chem class and go, yeah, you said it enough to
go. You're that Holtis guy, so.
16-point lead now, biggest lead of the night for Southern Illinois. 16:36 left to go in the game, and Royce Waltman trying to keep this one close. There's a full timeout called by the Sycamores as Royce Waltman trying to get his team back on track. Indiana State has played better basketball in February, but tonight it's SIU's night.
Somewhere in America are your soulmates, your support group, and your conscience. They are your friends. And when you all went off to find jobs and loves and lives, you knew you'd be back together. Somewhere in America.
See, it's cool. Come on, let's go.
With its patented four-wheel drive system, Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo is extremely capable.
Thanks.
But still as well-mannered as ever.
What a gentleman.
Only Jeep gives you our 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain pledge to keep you on the trail.
It's not just about saving money. It's about spending time, just dropping by and creating bonds rather than simply buying them. At Edward Jones, it's never just about investing. It's about knowing you and your dreams.
My every hope, my life, my world, it all begins with a dream.
Edward Jones, investing in you and your dreams.
Back in Terre Haute, too much to do every day. Skip that trip to the bank because at AllegionBank.com you can handle almost all your banking online. At AllegionBank.com, your bank's open 24 hours a day, every day. Proud to be the official bank of the Valley. Allegiant Bank, pledged to a better way of banking, equal housing lender, member FDIC. These Indiana State fans trying to say goodbye to a great group of seniors. But Southern Illinois' inside game, particularly Jermaine Dearman with 14 and Roberts with 13, have been the story thus far, and a basket by Marcus Howard of Indiana State.
They need him to step up. Again, this game's starting to get away from them, so they need to execute offensively, but more importantly, they need to get some stops on this end.
Williams, that's where he hit the big threes on Wednesday. Tip pass to Hairston.
Another second chance opportunity. That's killed the Sycamores here today. What a great look. What a great look by Stetson Hairston. I saw him roll and I thought there's no way he's going to be able to make that pass. And what a beautiful pass and nice soft hands by the big fella.
15 points, Roland Roberts. He's had 7 double-doubles this year. And Conte gets it back and stuffs it. It's going to be a foul on Willis. And all Willis has done tonight is foul. There's no points and 4 fouls. And he's like, I guess it's my night to foul. 15:45 left to go in the game. The Salukis lead by 16 points.
Your boy.
Need it?
Rent it. Need it? Rent it at Ted Ned's Rental in Elgin. Any occasion, any time, for anything.
Call the MatchLink Singles Network now to find your picture-perfect match.
I never thought I'd find a guy like Michael. Warm, funny, loves movies as much as I do, and the MatchLink Singles Network found him for me.
Introducing myself to Nina was easy. I just called the MatchLink Singles Network, described myself and who I wanted to meet. Then they matched us up in no time.
For your picture-perfect match, call the MatchLink Singles Network. The easy, fast, safe, and fun way to meet people you'll have a lot in common with.
Sportsnet.
Southern Illinois has extended its lead to 50-34. 15:45 left to go in the game. Let's go to our Valley scores, brought to you by National Car Rental. Creighton with a huge win earlier today at Bradley. Dana Altman had never won there. He wins today in convincing fashion. That gives him a game-and-a-half lead now. The other games are all tonight. Evansville hosting Wichita State. Northern Iowa hosting Illinois State. If Southern wins here, as Brorman gets a 3 on an inbounds play. If Southern wins tonight, the race will go to Monday. Creighton hosts Drake in Omaha. Southern Illinois is home with Bradley in Carbondale.
Drake could certainly be the spoiler for the Salukis. They got to take care of the business themselves, both here in the second half and on Monday.
With Creighton and Southern Illinois, Tyus Conte's picked up his 4th foul.
Personal foul on Indiana State is on number 3, Jabril Conte.
If Creighton and Southern Illinois tie for the conference title, Southern Illinois would have the 1 seed for the tournament because they swept Creighton during the regular season.
I don't know that it matters a whole lot as long as they're on opposite sides of the bracket. They're probably going to meet in the finals anyway, but there might be some other teams that have something to say about it. But I'm sure these Southern kids would like to have a big fat ring that says Missouri Valley Conference champions.
Well, they had those runs in the early to mid-90s.
Is that what we called the Saluki Invitational? And Paul Luss, Marcus Timmons, and
Chris Carr.
Chris Carr. Oh, can't forget about Chris Carr. Shane Hawkins. They dominated St. Louis for about 3 years running.
Foul line, Grimes of Indiana State, so Southern Illinois will keep it. Rough year for Royce Waltman. Outstanding basketball coach. Out of bounds off Roberts, so Indiana State will get it back.
And now they're playing without Conte with 14:40 to go, down 13, so they're really going to have to shore up offensively and try to keep Roberts off the offensive glass to get back in this ball game. Maybe Grimes can get something going at the basket.
Grimes one-on-one underneath. Got it stripped initially and gets his first second-half basket.
He's been a nice catalyst off the bench, 10 points here tonight. He's the type of guy that can really change the complexion of the game with his quickness and his penetration.
Indiana State trying to get back in the game. Williams thought he was fouled on the shot. Instead, it's called a block. And Jared Adler, a freshman from Monroe, Indiana, gets the rebound.
Good ball reversal that time.
Howard swishes a 3. And timeout for Southern Illinois. As the Sycamore is back in it within 8 points.
You know what I'd love to see is when players pass up good shots for great shots. You see on the last possession, Barry, well, you won't see the reversal of the basketball, but Barry had a wide open look, or actually a partially contested look. There you see the ball reversal, 2 extra passes, the wide open look by Marcus Howard. That's great team basketball. That's Royce Waltman basketball.
Bruce Weber was on his way to an easy victory. Then Brorman hit a 3. Then Howard hit a 3. Then Grimes with a 2. And it's an 8-point game again. It still loads of time. 14:07 left to go in the game. And I'm sure Bruce Weber is thinking in his mind it's a matter of concentration defensively. Something the Salukis lost when they had that dip in losing SMS and Illinois State on the way.
Right, that's mental concentration. It has nothing to do with the physical end. It's concentrating. It's maintaining that focus for the full 40 minutes. And that's something they've struggled with, and they have a couple losses to show for it. And that's, as you go towards the end of the season, you've got to focus in, tune in a little bit more for a little bit longer.
8-0 Indiana State run. But again, the Southern Illinois team deserves to be in the tournament. 22-6. beat Indiana earlier this year. Indiana probably will win the Big Ten. Big bucket there for Darren Brooks. A 3 for Brooks. As Keelan Block in a hurry, and he gets fouled by Korn.
Well, Southern would win out and get to the championship game, Mitch. They have 26 wins, be 14-4 in the conference. We mentioned the St. Louis, the Indiana, the Iowa State win. They're 56 RPI. They have a chance maybe to finish in the low 50s, high 40s. And that makes a pretty compelling argument to the tournament committee.
Shot block, picked back up inside, and the basket for Grimes. Lamar Grimes involved in this game for the Sycamores and a chance for a three-point play.
That's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to scrap the rest of this basketball game. You see Dearman coming over from the weak side. They just have to be more aggressive than Southern, because Southern obviously has them outmanned. They just have to be more aggressive, get some opportunities like that, and pressure the basketball. But on the other end, they got to get some stops.
Grimes is 2 of 5 at the line for the game, but the tip out allows Broerman to set up for a 3. He got robbed by the rim.
Boy, crowd was really about to get into this one.
9-point lead for Southern Illinois. 13:20 left in the game. Dearman, not this time. Another offensive rebound for Southern Illinois. They're 2-1 on the boards against this team.
I'll tell you what, it doesn't look like Indiana State, as you see the backdoor cut by Kent Williams, beautiful delivery by Brooks, but it doesn't look like Indiana State's doing a very good job putting bodies on guys. They're just getting free jumps at the rim, and again, they get a second chance opportunity.
I'm going to say the Creighton guys were watching this game. Dane Altman has his Royce Waltman camp shirt on watching this game.
Absolutely.
Royce gave him that as a gift a couple years ago. Going to the line will be Keelan Block. He'll get a couple shots here.
He'll roll a lot more in a T-shirt if somehow Indiana State comes back and wins this ball game.
Keelan Block has yet to score in the game, Scott. We're at 12:44 left. Indiana State down 11, and Block shut out until now.
It's amazing. Indiana State's been able to stay within striking distance, but he's the type of player that could reel off 8-10 quick points, so don't count him out. He's certainly not done, and we talked about how tough he is mentally.
25 against Wichita State, a career high at Wichita State. He had 23 at Drake. It does not surprise me that his 2 big scoring games were on the road.
Well, the toughest mental players that I ever played with like to play on the road because they like to hear the hush of the crowd as they knock down jumpers. He strikes me as a young man just like that.
Brooks using the screen. Broerman with the rebound. 9-point game. The Sycamores still with a shot. Broerman fouled on the 3 by Bowie. And that'll drive Bruce Weber absolutely berserk.
Yeah, you want to make him make that shot as well as he shoots the basketball. He's off balance, fading away, but I tell you what, I like Broerman the way he shoots the basketball. They need to find more shots for him, run him off some screens, and be a little bit more patient. You see him coming off the screen that time. Bowie gets into his legs, and Broerman falls down. One of my old tricks. Try to get to the free throw line. When I was really struggling, boy, I was falling down about every 3 shots.
I'm going to throw a stat at you here. Broerman has been to the line 29 times in 3 years. Okay, he's going to get 3 shots right here. Now think about that. He's only had 31 attempts in 3 years. He's going to get 3 on this attempt. He's thinking, man, this is fun. Nobody guards me on this.
Nobody told me it was this easy if I would just go to the basket every once in a while. That tells you what kind of player he is. Here comes the crowd, down 6, 12 to go.
Ball game here, 6-point lead for Southern Illinois. Now a steal. And a dunk. A dunk by Matt Berry, and the crowd is real involved now. The Salukis have the Sycamores right in their grill.
And you can see him picking up their defensive intensity. The throw down by Matt Berry, and now the crowd's into it. You see they're up, denying the passing lanes. Right back in this ballgame.
Driving, Roberts. Belcher. Off left, rebound Howard. We've got us a game in Terre Haute on Indiana State's senior night. A 16-point lead at one point for Southern Illinois. Has now been sliced to 4, and even a chance for more Indiana State points here. Timeout. An official's timeout, 11:26 left to go in the game. Indiana State starting to play ball.
Special effects in our Prairie Farms ice cream commercials. But instead, we decided to put our money where your mouth is. Taste the homemade goodness of Prairie Farms.
If you enjoy Branson's world-class entertainment, then you'll love Branson's world-class resort, Chateau on the Lake. On a majestic mountaintop overlooking Table Rock Lake, you'll find a grand hotel in the European tradition. The service is impeccable. The surroundings elegant. It's pure luxury all the way. It's what you deserve. Come experience Chateau on the Lake, Branson's only world-class resort. Call 1-888-333-LAKE for reservations.
You got wheels? You need a State Farm agent.
Guess what? I got one.
Yeah, I got one.
Whoa!
You know I got one. Doc's getting one too. Check it out. This dude rocks.
A State Farm agent. You need one.
Now insurance is smooth and simple.
My State Farm agent showed me all about insurance.
I showed mine how to fly.
Find a State Farm agent at statefarm.com.
You know, we could have spent an absolute fortune to get a big-name celebrity in our Prairie Farms ice cream commercials. But instead, we decided to put our money where your mouth is. Quality you can taste from Prairie Farms.
Back in Terre Haute, Indiana State was down 16. They're within 4 with 11:26 left to go in the game. College hoops fans, you can win tickets to this year's NCAA basketball tournament. Register today at participating St. Louis area Taco Bell restaurants. You'll get a chance to win 2 tickets to the first and second rounds, March 14th and 16th in St. Louis. See stories for details. Good tickets are still available for the first and second rounds. Charged by phone by calling 314-421-4400. I would get those now because when Selection Sunday happens, and there's a good chance, let's say Kansas would be in that tournament and St. Louis, also Kentucky possibly, maybe one of the Valley teams. Those tickets will get sucked in a hurry.
That's exactly right. The way they reconfigured that, it's going to be a lot of regional flair, so it'll make a lot more fun for fans.
Get your tickets now and ensure a seat. Indiana State has picked up the heat defensively here. 8 to shoot for Southern Illinois. Roberts against Adler and got the roll. That was just big-time strength by Roberts over the freshman Jared Adler.
Wow, he just about walked, shot that ball on the way down, and as you said, strong enough to throw it up at the rim and gets the friendly roll.
And Jabril Conte setting down with 4 fouls right now. A huge disadvantage for Indiana State inside.
If I'm Southern, I go right to Roberts every time down the court until they prove they can stop it.
Howard, Hairston has it for SIU. And now a steal by Lamar Grimes. Block. Basket. Foul, Southern Illinois. And Block will have a chance for a 3-point play. This is the time of game when Keelan Block will get after it.
Beautiful play, but all that was created on the steal by Lamar Grimes has been an absolute catalyst for this ball club. Nice look ahead, that time to Block, and Block with a nice job avoiding the charge, slides to his right, and finishes strong, all created off the steal and the beautiful look ahead by Lamar Grimes.
Stetson Hairston committing the foul. Block with a 3-point play. This is a 3-point, 1-possession game. It was headed for a 20-point whooping, and Indiana State just would not let it happen.
What an effort by Indiana State here in the second half to claw back in this ball game.
Belcher, they want Roberts.
They're going to double him. They're going to make Belcher shoot that.
And Belcher drains a 3. The brother of Cookie Belcher, who played at Nebraska, Marcus Belcher, with an outstanding triple with an inside-out move by SIU.
Indiana State can't convert, but if I'm Indiana State, I want to make Belcher prove that he can make that shot more than once.
Adler now trying to get the rebound. Held ball. 9:42 left to go in the game. 6-point lead, Southern Illinois.
It's getting scrappy now. You see Hairston going to the basket, the block shot, the loose ball. Everybody's on the floor trying to call timeout. It'll be a jump ball. Stay with the Salukis. Bruce Weber getting all over his guys, saying, guys, we need to maintain our focus here. They lost their focus for about 3 or 4 minutes Borman hit a three, Howard hit a three, and Grimes created all kinds of havoc.
Borman had 3 free throws in addition to those other 2 threes. It's just as if they lose their defensive intensity at little lapses.
And that's all it takes when you play on the road for 2 or 3 minute spans, and boom, they make a run and they're right back in the ballgame.
High low. Roberts has been a low. So has Dearman. Stripped by Browerman. Outstanding play by Matt Browerman underneath. A 3. Good by Matt Barry.
I was just about to say that's a little quick shot, but when you knock it down, it's not quick. Cut it to 3 again.
We've got us a game in Terre Haute. 9:02 left to go in the game. Block on Williams. Roberts trying to use the glass. On the floor in front of us, picked up by Grimes. A 3 would tie it. We were looking for Browerman, but he was covered up.
That was a good decision by Block to kick it out, run some clock, make sure you get a good shot. Ooh, he had a wide open look.
He was ready to pull it. Ready to pull the 3. Nice job, though, defensively by Darren Brooks on it. 12 to shoot. Block in trouble. He's fouled. Fouled by Roberts. That is his 3rd. And in the bonus are the Sycamores.
You don't want your big fella fouling 18 feet from the basket. Block's a little bit out of control. Roberts just reaches in. Big fella, be a little smarter, more judicious in your fouls. You're too valuable to this ball club.
Jared Adler giving Indiana State and Royce Waltman good minutes. Yeah, you like the hustle from Roberts, but the decision there would be to say don't pick up your 3rd foul that far out.
It's too valuable, even if you give up a bucket. It's worth more than a bucket to this part of that team.
Block hits the first in of a 1-on-1. He's 4 of 4 at the line. All 6 of his points have been in the second half.
When we talked about his explosive ability, even with the knee injury, he's learned to be crafty in his old age. He finds other ways to score other than flying to the basket.
They would like to play a little bit beyond this year. I hope he gets that chance. 60-59. It's a 1-point game here in Terre Haute. Southern Illinois, if you just joined us, has to win to keep the race alive for Monday night. Creighton won earlier today, and Southern led in this game by 16 at one point. Williams, pull up. Strong rebound by Matt Barry.
That really was a great rebound by Matt Barry. In traffic, went up with 2 hands, and now the Sycamores have a chance to lead in this ball game. Is that amazing?
Underneath, banker, good, and you knew. Guess who? Keelan Block with a basket.
That's your guy.
Loving. First lead for Indiana State since 6-4 early in the game.
Unbelievable. It's been amazing how quickly they've made this run. Playing with a lot of confidence right now, Mitch. You can just tell offensively.
Korn, nice take to the basket. And Brad Korn with a huge basket for Southern Illinois.
That's the hush I was talking about. It got awfully quiet here after Korn hit the soft teardrop in the lane.
Korn's got a little attitude to him, too. He got into that game Wednesday night.
Sure does.
He wasn't going to shy away from the action. Lots of time left in the game. Conte playing with 4 fouls. The pass knocked out of bounds by Dearman. 7-12 left in the game. Indiana State, Royce Waltman, no tie left for Royce. His team has fought back within 1.
Somewhere in America, there are no meetings to attend or soccer games to make. There are fish to be caught, shoulders to be ridden, and memories to be made. Somewhere in America, people are discovering that sometimes the best way to get together is simply to get away.
ACC basketball.
Give yourself a look. Check it out. Check it. Ricks. Give yourself a wow. Check it out. Check it. Ricks. Give yourself a ooh. Check it out. Check it. Ricks.
For 20 years, Bo-Rix has been the leader in value and style. Give yourself a look you'll love from stylists you can trust at a price you'll really like.
Give yourself a look. Check it out. Check it. Ricks.
Friday, we showed you chef's secrets to a clean kitchen. Monday on the CBS 2 News at 10.
Can I take your order, please?
Hey, listen, give me a cheeseburger with extra pickles, a 2-piece dinner, 2 large fries, and a Coke.
At some fast food restaurants, you don't always get what you pay for.
You wanted a roach burger with extra flies, spoiled chicken dinner, and 2 cold fries for my dirty hands, right?
You forgot the Coke.
We'll tell you how they stack up.
Monday on the News at 10. CBS 2 works for you.
Terre Haute. Let's go to our game reset brought to you by Ralston Purina of Checkerboard Square.
See Southern with 8 fouls, Indiana State with only 5. Both teams with 160 and 2:30 left, so plenty of time left in this ball game. Both teams doing a nice job maintaining their timeouts. You see Jabril Conte back in the ball game, Mitch. Interesting call by Royce Waltman. They've made this run without Conte. They were down 13 when he went out of the ball game. They're down 1. They bring him back with 7 to go.
Broerman swishes a 3 on an inbounds play from NBA distance. Broerman has 12. Indiana State with a 2-point lead.
How about my man Broerman? Is he shooting with some confidence today?
A kid that has 3 bad discs in the back. He had back surgery in the offseason, but it didn't affect his shot. Another close game for Indiana State. They're 0-7 this season in games decided by 3 points or less. 6 of their 12 conference losses decided by 3 points or less. Can tonight be a different story on senior night in Terre Haute? Brooks, a deep 3 with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Conte rebound.
Well, nobody realized the shot clock was running down. You got 2 freshmen on the floor running the point. You got Stetson Harrison and Darren Brooks. Neither one of them recognized.
Hairston staying with Broerman.
I have a feeling he's not going to leave Broerman anymore.
Block setting down. 2-point lead Indiana State. 6:06 left to go in the game. Conte underneath, fouled by Dearman. Conte has 1 field goal in the game. He's going to go right back to the line.
Let's use the big fella, Indiana State. He's too physical. We've talked about SIU and how productive they've been down in the post. Nice position, good seal, great delivery by Lamar Grimes to the outside hand. Gets the opportunity to go to the free throw line. As they get down the stretch, believe me, SIU's going to get out and challenge the shooters now. Jabril Conte could play a big part offensively for the Sycamores down the stretch.
Jabril Conte, not a great free throw shooter for the season at 58%. In fact, he was 58% last year. But now he's 2 out of 3 in the game and 30 out of his last 39. But Southern Illinois now, as Indiana State in the double bonus the rest of the way. Southern Illinois now is in a very dangerous spot in this game. They led at 1 point by 16. And Bruce Weber was over here screaming his guys not to get casual. Don't get casual, but I'm afraid that's what happened a little bit.
Well, the most important thing is Indiana State playing with a lot of confidence as Core knocks down another big 3. Wow, has he been big. Came off the bench, hit the floater in the lane after the timeout to hush the crowd, and then knocks down the big 3.
Game tied at 65. 5:35 left. A 3. Not there from Matt Berry. And Southern Illinois can regain the lead. Horn, little inside dribble, shut off. Grabbed by Roberts, short on the hook. Grimes has been tough going at the basket. And a foul on Belcher. Your coach is talking about nose to the goal, Scott. That defines Lamar Grimes.
Well, you see 1-on-3 that time, gets bailed out on the foul by Belcher, but he's been a big part of this basketball game with his aggressiveness. Little water bug. Does a nice job forcing the tempo for Indiana State.
Grimes with 13 points. With just his 3rd make at the line in 7 attempts. Got them both. Indiana State leads again, 67-65. Still a whole gob of time left. Conte playing with 4 fouls.
Kent Williams been awfully quiet. Look for them to try to free him up for some touches.
That's getting the point of the game he likes too. Nice dish, Roberts. 3-point play potential.
That's what's so great about Kent Williams. 2 years ago, he would have forced that shot this year he's coming down, keeping his head up, and Roland Roberts smart enough to know that he's going to pass a beautiful crossover move, gets in the lane, probably could have shot that, but it's contested, finds the big fella. Again, another three-point opportunity.
How many leagues in the country will you find a guy that's third in the league in scoring, but it's a 3-to-1 assist-to-turnover ratio?
That really is an amazing stat.
Now, the only bad thing is that Roberts had to shoot the free throw. Williams had tried to, as now they're going to give it up to Conte, so the two teams just trade inside baskets off feeds.
Yeah, all created off the dribble penetration on both ends. Indiana State really picking up their defense, doing a nice job denying the passing lanes.
Creighton watching this game in Omaha, cheering for Indiana State. Hook shot, tough shot. Roland Roberts, he's got 21 points.
When in doubt, throw it to the big fella, let him go to work.
Game tied at 69. Creighton won earlier today at Bradley. Set shot, missing. Conte's been big underneath, but Hairston able to get it away from him. The pull-up by Hairston. Good. How about Stetson Hairston for three?
Wow. How about the machismo to step up on the break, no passes, and shoot a contested three and knock it down.
72-69. Southern Illinois now with the lead.
What confidence for a freshman.
This is the way I look for every tournament game to be in St. Louis. And again, Lamar Grimes going to the basket. And he's got one speed and he's got one direction.
And it's tough to stop him. Even though you know where he's going, you can't move your feet quick enough to get in his way.
He ain't going east or west, I'm going to tell you
no,
that.
No, sir. He's a north-south runner.
4 fouls now on Brad Korn. With Southern Illinois, and Grimes will go to the line.
6 assists to go along with his 14 points.
I would say that'd be the next part of his game. If he can earn that.
I think that's why his minutes have been limited, because he does have that one speed, and at times he loses track of his teammates and puts his head down and goes to the basket. But again, the young man's a true freshman, so he's going to be a fine player.
And really is having a problem at the line tonight. 4 of 10 at the line is Grimes. Timeout, Bruce Weber. He knows this possession is very important. 3:26 left to go in the game. 72-69, Southern Illinois with the lead. Valley fans, next time you travel, stay at a Drury Inn hotel. There's more than 100 Drury Inn hotels in 16 states across the U.S. All toll free 1-800-325-0096 and ask for the special Valley rate. Drury Inn, the official hotel of the Missouri Valley Conference. There you see the toll-free number from the great people at Drury, 1-800-325-0096. Southern Illinois now a chance to take a 2-possession lead. As you see assistant coach Rick Ray talking to Jabril Conte. And Conte has to play this very, very precariously with his 4 fouls. And now a steal as Southern Illinois loses its focus again. Belcher and Hairston with an open floor turnover. Grimes gets the ball and fouled by Hairston.
You can't afford those mental lapses. In tennis, you call those unforced turnovers. You can't afford those when you're playing on the road against a team with a lot of confidence. But now the question is, can Lamar Grimes convert and execute on this end?
4 out of 10. As Barry with a 2-shot opportunity. I'm sorry, Grimes with a 2-shot opportunity here. Picks up his 15th point. Grimes career high, 25 earlier this year at Evansville. As good as he is going to the basket, he's going to get lots of chances in the next 3 years to shoot free throws.
You need your point guard to be up in the 75 to 80% range. As much as he handles the ball and as quick as he is, he's going to get a lot of opportunities. You got to convert.
2-point lead, Southern Illinois with possession. Contact, no foul. Hairston blocked by Conte. The seniors teaming up. There's contact, offensive foul, Kalen block.
And look who took the charge.
Kent Williams.
We talked about his shooting ability. His ability to find his teammates, and that time steps up, takes a big charge, gets his team another possession.
Offensive foul on Keelan Block. 2-point lead for Southern Illinois.
The search for the future is not difficult. It's right at hand if you know where to look. At Phillips Petroleum Company, we see the promise of tomorrow. That's why we are so committed to producing better products that give us cleaner air and a cleaner earth. It's just good business. Something to think about the next time you need fuel.
Proof again that Phillips 66 is the performance company.
See, it's cool. Come on, let's go.
With its patented four-wheel drive system, Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo is extremely capable.
Thanks.
But still as well-mannered as ever.
What a gentleman.
Only Jeep gives you our 7-year, 100,000-mile powertrain pledge to keep you on the trail.
Think about being a soldier and a father.
I hope being good at the one makes me better at the other.
His leadership made them soldiers.
I will be the first to set foot on the field, and I will be the last to step off.
Their courage.
Those are my men out there, and I'm going to get them.
Made them heroes.
We're going to win this fight.
Based on a true story.
You tell the American people what these men did here.
Mel Gibson.
We will all come home together. So help me God.
We Were Soldiers. Rated R. Starts Friday in theaters everywhere.
Mitch Holtz is back with Scott Highmark. The final regular season Saturday, the Valley season. Southern Illinois 72, Indiana State 70. SIU's been great on the road this season. Only one of 5 Division I schools. Actually, 5 Division I schools have more road wins. Indiana State has had trouble in close games, and this one headed to the wire.
Indiana State showing some full court pressure, just some token defense to make it work the clock a little bit. See if they'll turn it over.
Hairston block on it.
Try a little high-low this time between Roberts and Dearman. Nice duck in by Dearman.
Dearman underneath, forcing and hitting over the top of Matt Berry.
I was just about to say, that's great defense by Matt Berry. Stood his position, just a better shot by Jermaine Dearman. Nice execution out of the timeout by Bruce Weber.
2-possession lead now for Southern Illinois. Indiana State has had answers, though, in the second half, and it's usually been that guy, but it's taken away, swatted out of there by Roberts. Block. Berry off balance. And now a breakaway as Roberts to the other end with the flush.
What a great look ahead, and the big fella running the court. How many times has he done that this evening? That's at least 4 or 5 times. He's run the floor, outrun his man, and got it done.
Timeout, Royce Waltman, Indiana State. He's been here way too many times before this season. 4 of his last 7 games decided by 3 points or less.
That's really disappointing. Again, losing all those close games, but again, when you don't have an experienced point guard, it's really hard to close out games right. And I know they played Marcus Howard and Keelan Block at the point, but neither of those guys are really pure point guards. So that's some inexperience in the backcourt, and that's really hurt Royce Waltman's team. And you look at Carbondale and how experienced they are with guys like Roberts, guys like Williams, even the 2 freshmen play with a lot of savvy.
Let's watch it. Roberts run the floor. And Wednesday night I said there was a flush and fill special in Little Egypt. The special's still on. Flush and fill.
It sure is. Boy, he probably runs a 4.440. He'd probably do pretty good at the NFL Combine, wouldn't he?
Wouldn't be bad. He's got a little tight end look to him. 6'6", he might have a shot. Those guns on him. He's
goodness.
They develop player, but Indiana State now down 6. They fought back from 16 to actually take the lead in this game. Grimes Conte, no 2-man game. Avery's been setting down a while. They had blocked, now an off-balance shot off the glass, not there. Dearman strong on the board.
Dearman's been fantastic on the board. That's his 17th rebound on the evening.
He's headed for 2020. He's got 16 points. Two-possession game. Indiana State will defend the clock.
You don't have to foul yet, but you do have to get a stop.
Roberts. Williams 8 to shoot. Cook.
Tough shot. All he needs is just a little bit of space. Roberts created that space with the pick. And again, Kent Williams, the assassin for the Salukis.
It's like enemy at the gates, man. He brings them in late.
Exactly.
With his high-powered rifle. Dearman, 18 rebounds. That ties a league high. Roberts had against Southeast Missouri State earlier this year. As Royce Waltman now is down at least 3 possessions with 59.4 seconds left to go in the game.
I think that's going to be difficult for Indiana State as they've come back in this basketball game getting a lot of points off transition, second chance opportunities. They're not as good executing in the half-court set, especially when Southern can set their defense. So you're going to need to get some quick buckets, set their press, and make this a foul shooting contest in order to have a chance.
Southern Illinois in a 6-0 run. Indiana State has not scored for 2.5 minutes, and that was a free throw by Lamar Grimes. We will have Indiana State on television again on the final regular season game Monday night. They have to travel after this game to Southwest Missouri State for SMS's senior night. And Grimes gets fouled. Backing in, I believe, on Belcher. Yeah, it's on Belcher. That's his fault.
Bruce Weber not happy with that foul. That's the last thing that you want to do is foul a jump shooter up 8 with 53 seconds. You stop the clock. They get a chance to set their defense. Of course, Grimes only 5 for 12 from the free throw line, so maybe that was the strategy.
But Grimes 12 times now. He's going to the foul spot.
I'll tell you what, his mechanics don't look bad. He's just not knocking him down. He's got decent looking mechanics. Keelan Block trying to settle him down a little bit. So young fella, just relax.
It's like a 2-foot putt though for birdie. Your hands start shaking.
Oh, I'm the worst at that. I feel you, Lamar. I feel you.
Free throw good. Southern Illinois trying to get a sub in. They can't. They want Brooks. And now a backcourt foul. The foul is going to be called on Marcus Howard of Indiana State. It'll be 1-1 for Southern Illinois. Bruce Weber was trying to get a substitution made.
He's trying to get Darren Brooks in the basketball game to handle the basketball a little bit, but Williams will go to the line. The last guy you want to foul, even though he is only shooting 72%. I'd like to see his numbers in the last 2 minutes.
Kent Williams, Conte back end, little defense offense move. Jared Adler sets down, and this will be 1-1 for Kent Williams. 4 of 4 in the game at the line. All of those were in the first half early in the game.
You know, his numbers are actually down a little bit, his scoring numbers, but Bruce Weber told him at the beginning of the season, Kent, I don't need you to score more points. If you could average 16, 17 points, take 4 or 5 fewer shots and make your teammates better, we're going to be a better basketball team. And to his credit, he's really taken that to heart, been unselfish, and again, you can see the results.
Scott, I'm going to tell you the number that's up. If they win tonight, it's the 23rd win of the season against 6 losses. And what you say rings very, very true, because the adjustments he's made in his game has led to this kind of season.
That's exactly right.
Block missing the layup. Roberts comes out with it. This will be Southern Illinois' basketball. 43.6 seconds left. It's 80-71 Southern Illinois. But the adjustments that Kent Williams has made in his game, a lot of it has to do with his unselfishness, has led to his team being on the cusp of an NCAA tournament bid.
I would say the transition mentally for Ken in the presence of Roland Roberts. He has totally transformed the presence of this Southern Illinois basketball team and the physicality that they bring night in and night out, and a little bit of intimidation factor.
Southern Illinois is last in the league in foul shooting, but Bruce Weber's been working at bench to get his bad foul shooters out of the game. He's got Korn out there now at 64. Brooks will go to the line. He's the best on the team at 83.
Namely that guy out of the game, Mr. Roberts.
Yeah.
He's done his damage.
Brooks, free throw good. You know, I wonder in the tournament, though, if somebody's just not going to, in a situation like this, hack a shot like that.
I think that's certainly worthwhile looking at down the stretch. I know Bruce Weber recognizes that fact and tries to be a little very strategic in terms of when he places them in and out of the game, but believe me, I'm sure the coaches in the Valley have thought about that.
81-71. There's a look at Keelan blocked. Going to the basket, it's Grimes. He's going to get more free throws. This is going to be on Belcher. He's fouled out. Ten-point margin. What, Grimes has been to the line 14 times and hit 6. So 8 of that 10 points have been on Grimes' foul line misses. It's not often you're going to get a little point-type guard going to the line 14 times in a game.
He's a little water dog, and he does a nice job forcing the issue with the dribble. And the game really changed when he came in off the bench. He really forced the tempo, picked it up defensively, got a couple steals, and really gave this Indiana State a lot of energy off the bench those nights.
Made one, missed one, but Howard gets an easy lay-in. It ends up being a 3-point possession anyway for Indiana State. Block reaches in and fouls Stetson Hairston. Let's go ahead and announce our Ameren UE players of the game. And a huge night tonight for Jermaine Dearman of Southern Illinois. Here's our players of the game.
Well, Dearman and Borman got to be the players of the game. Look at Dearman's line, 16 points, 17 rebounds, and 1 block. 12 of those points coming in the first half really set the tone early. And Matt Borman brought the Sycamore basketball team back in the game, hit 3 huge threes in the second half coming off the bench.
They give it to Grimes with 17 points, but those foul line misses have really turned out to be big. Missed by Hairston. It's SIU in the double bonus now, and the offensive guys come back in for Indiana State. Conte back in, Berman back in. 7-point lead for the Salukis. Hairston missed them both, and a rebound by Hairston. They had nobody in the lane.
Nobody put a body on anybody.
Nobody in the lane but Hairston, and he gets the rebound with 4 guys standing there.
And that's what makes that man absolutely crazy. He's already off with the coat, off with the tie. I guess he's got to keep his shirt on, so there's nothing else he can do to express his frustration. But those are the type of things that drive coaches absolutely bananas. And then you foul Kent Williams.
Williams misses. Royce says that takes a kick. I'm going to sit down the rest of the
Yeah, exactly. That should do it.
Williams with 13 sneaky points. 8-point lead for Southern Illinois. Brorman gives it up. A block shot by Stetson Hairston. Off to Williams, right around Brorman for the easy layup. It will be an impressive 23rd win for Southern Illinois. 13-4 in league play. And it will make Creighton beat Drake in Omaha Monday night to win the Valley Championship.
Well, they did their part, Mitch Holtis. They came out here, played a very game Indiana State ball club, but persevered, got the W. Now they got to take care of business on Monday night. Creighton controls their own destiny, but credit this SIU team. They did not fold when Indiana State made their run. They kept their poise. They got the ball to their money players and got the W.
And in similar fashion, we have to credit Indiana State because they could have folded as well when they were down 16 points. They rallied to actually take the lead. Let's take time now for a Rawlings play of the game. As we take a look at the Rawlings play of the game, as Southern Illinois wins at 84-74. As we look at Jermaine Dearman.
For 45 years, it's been the home of Northern Illinois basketball, affectionately known as the Doghouse. Tonight, the Huskies close a chapter of NIU history as they go out with one last hurrah in a building that's been a slam dunk success. Coming up next on Fox Sports Net.